That was so lame. WWE crapped the bed on this decision. I get where they're going, but the way they went about it was just not the right situation. I'm talking, of course, Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria, one of the biggest matches on the June 30th, 2025 episode of Monday Night Raw. It was a #1 contendership match where the winner would then challenge, presumably, at Evolution 2, Becky Lynch for the IC title, someone in which has feuded with Bayley and has feuded with Lyra Valkyria. Former tag team partners, former opponents, once again shared the squared circle in the middle of the show. It was a situation in which they did a double pin spot. So they traded cradles, both women's shoulders ended up on the mat. The referee called it a draw. They went 10 minutes, 19 seconds. Yes, they had to get to a triple threat match with Becky Lynch defending against against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in a triple threat match at Evolution 2, but the fact that this match went 10 minutes and 19 seconds really never got going. These women are used to working high intense pacing that last at least 15 to 20. They never got to click, and then you had a lame finish. The fans in attendance did not know how to react to this match. They just thought they screwed up on the finish. There was no pop. There was just silence. There was silence. Once again, I get why WWE did this, but it still does not make things go over well. Instead, having two opponents who, let's say, go to a time limit draw where both, athletes, they look strong, they look impressive, they look like they have earned a title shot. This situation, it just seems like, well, neither person was able to beat the other person, and it was just kind of a flat finish. It left you just, kind of feeling instead of, wow, that was a fantastic match. AEW does time limit draws. I believe that time limit draws are better than just draws to begin with, right? Like double pin or double count out. I'm not a huge fan of it, and I thought WWE crapped the bed in that regard on this match. But either way, we're getting a triple threat match at Evolution 2. We just got to wait for WWE to announce the dang thing. What we do know is what could easily headline Evolution 2. That's Rhea Ripley challenging women's champion Io Sky. So that's how things played out. The show kicked off with Rhea Ripley entering the arena to a big reaction. She welcomed us to Monday Night Mommy. I know, clear. Yeah, whatever. Ripley then said the Judgment Day was finally behind her and that she wanted to get her priorities straight ahead of Evolution. And this led to our champion, our women's world champion, Io Sky, quickly interrupted. She came down to the ring and she said that you could not have Evolution without her. But Ripley was wrong about one thing. Ripley was not on top, not without the championship. Then Io Sky broke a little bit of news. She said that Raw GM Adam Pearce had told her that if she could defend the championship against the opponent of her choosing at Evolution, and she wanted to defend the championship against the best, and that meant defending it against Rhea Ripley. Ripley then fired back and said that she had nothing but respect for Sky, but warned her that she would not stop at anything to get back the championship, and therefore accepted the match at Evolution. Got no problem with this promo segment. I appreciate the fact that WWE didn't make Rhea look like a dumb babyface. I also appreciate the backstory and the context in which Io Sky, from a character standpoint, gave us in this segment of, hey, I'm the champion. I want to fight the best. I believe you're the best. Here's your title shot. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, they could easily headline the show. Rhea Ripley is one of the most over stars in WWE. Io Sky is really over right now with the fan base, and I think they've done a fantastic job of building up this rivalry. Obviously, earlier this year, Io Sky dethroning Rhea as our women's world champion, then working a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. So there's a lot of backstory, a lot of background, and a lot of ways that they can go. Once again, I still say this should headline Evolution 2. We had a Gunther segment, so of course, the World Heavyweight Champion, he spoke about how impressive the Goldberg video package was, that Goldberg was a violent, brutal, and destructive human being, but just like all of his matches, all the highlights were summed up in 3 minutes. Gunther, on the other hand, was not afraid of what was left of Goldberg. He was a 58-year-old man writing out his career at Gunther's expense. That is not going to happen at Saturday Night's Main Event, July 12th, because Goldberg was not capable of taking the title away from Gunther. according to the champion. Now, Gunther knows that he could beat Goldberg in 3 minutes, but that was not his goal. Instead, Gunther would take his time, blow him up, and embarrass him in front of everyone who loved him. Goldberg is a guy that could dethrone Gunther, I guess, but I don't really want to see that, do you? Now, Gunther said that he doesn't like bullies, and the fact is, he's going to be a bully to Goldberg. Just because Goldberg doesn't like bullies doesn't mean that Gunther is not going to be one. And Gunther planned on bullying him and treating him like trash, and there was nothing that the WWE Hall of Famer could do about it. Goldberg wanted to prove that he still had it. Well, Gunther wants to prove that he never had it. Once again, he's going to do it over and over. And it would be Gunther's turn to ask, who's next? Brilliant segment, brilliant promo, just straight to the point. It got over like Rover. It's exactly what it needed to be. And WWE, clear cut, straight to the point, got it and got it home hard. And so I really, really liked this promo by Gunther. I think it sets the stage for a clash between Titans. I think it also gives a little bit of realism in terms of like, hey, Gunther's on his way to the top and Goldberg's on his way out. Like, these are two stark, different human beings that are not going in the same path, right? Like, it's a meeting of the roads for both guys. We had a Seth Rollins promo. So Seth and Paul Heyman, they came out to the ring. Gunther made fun of Rollins for traveling very far to accomplish nothing. Obviously, a reference to Night of Champions. Rollins laughed at the statement, informed him that they did not go to Night of Champions to cash in on John Cena. Rollins made it very clear that as long as he was alive, CM Punk would never be WWE champion. They flew across the world to stand on that business. Rollins told Gunther that winning the Money in the Bank briefcase meant an all-out assault on both champions. This led to CM Punk hitting the ring and went after Seth Rollins. They led to a brawl. Rollins bailed through the crowd as Punk called him a coward. Punk was about to leave until, Gunther grabbed him by the arm, and Punk actually shoved Gunther to the ground and sold it and looked just absolutely stunned by what Punk had done. And that led to Punk going to the back. Rollins was amused as he stood in the stands, but then was attacked by a returning LA Knight who had been written off of television a few weeks ago. They fought in the concourse, which was conveniently blocked off by the fans, and Rollins tossed a drink in Knight's face before running away. Now, this set up the announcement that it would be Seth Rollins, it would be LA Knight, it would be Saturday night's main event. So that is officially on. We went to a commercial break, and it was Seth Rollins. He was long gone, but Jackie Redmond did catch up to Punk backstage and said that he had receipts for Rollins, Heyman, Braun, and Braun's son, Gunther, and anyone else who got in his way. Then he confronted LA Knight. He told LA Knight that Rollins belonged to him and to get in the back of the line. Rollins was then informed, as was the world, that it was going to be LA Knight versus Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. And basically, Knight yelled at Punk and left. He just said, yeah. So that was that. That sets up that match. To finish this up, we had a tag team title change. It was a New Day losing to Finn Balor and JD Madonna. The main event was Braun and Braun facing Sami Zayn and Penta. The heels laid out the baby faces at the end before Jay Uso ran out and made the save.